The show starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome to our weekly Sundays webinar. First of all, I want to make sure that everybody can hear me all right. If you can just give me a thumbs up in the chat box that you can hear me, I appreciate it. I want to make sure that my audio works sometimes. Okay, perfect. Thank you, Daniel, for confirming it. Beautiful. Awesome. We are about 30 seconds ahead. Actually, no, it's right at the hour. All right. Well, again, welcome to our weekly Sundays webinar. Today, we will be discussing two different things. We'll be discussing an exceptional product that you can not only, with which you can not only travel in style, travel more, but most importantly, travel for less. The first part of the webinar will take about 20 to 25 minutes at the most. And then we will talk about how to build business with this exceptional company. I will show you what to do, how to do it, and how you can actually create extra income for yourself, or maybe even replace your full-time income. So in total, you get to hang with me today for about 40 minutes or so. So before we get started, I'd like to briefly introduce myself. My name is Paweł Stepien. I was born and raised in Poland. I've been living in the United States since the late 80s. Currently, I live with my family in Phoenix, Arizona. Also, I like to get to know my audience a bit. So if you wouldn't mind just sharing with me where you guys tuning in from, I would really appreciate it. Love to know where you guys from. I see some people from Poland. Paweł, recognize Daniel. Thank you. Come on, anybody else? Anybody else from different places in Poland? Scotland, Hispania. Awesome, I love it. So it looks like we have an international audience. Beautiful. All right, let's get this party started, shall we? Well, vacation is the only purchase that will make you rich. Would you agree with this statement or not? Personally, I'm a true believer in vacation and traveling the world. I'm really passionate about it. And I believe that the only things that truly and really matter in our lives are those things that are priceless and irreplaceable. Why do I say that? Because if you think about it, I mean, you can buy yourself a brand new house, brand new car, some latest technological gadgets, maybe some designing clothing like Louboutin shoes for the ladies, or Boss suits for the men, right? For instance, and these are good things. Nothing wrong with that picture. These are necessities of our everyday life. But if you think about it, are you still excited today as you were 5 years ago when you purchased that brand new car? Probably not, right? So those things not only lose monetary value, but most importantly, they lose sentimental value. But what about vacations? Okay, what about vacations? What do you think vacations are all about? What do you think? Why do you think we should be taking more vacations every single year? Most importantly, what do we do? What do we create when we go on vacation? That's a question for you, my friends. If you can answer that question. Paweł, collecting memories. Absolutely. Vacations are all about creating memories, because at the end of the day, we're not going to be as excited about the houses or the cars that we had driven, but we will cherish those priceless memories that we had created with our loved ones throughout our lifetime. True or not true? But vacation could be such a broad subject, right? Different people can define vacation their very own unique way. Some people can say, you know what, I love to go camping and set a bonfire, go fishing with my family. Beautiful way of vacationing, my opinion. I mean, I know every time I mention camping to my wife, she always asks if there is a Hilton close by. Maybe some people would love to visit their family at the farm and just create memories there. Nothing wrong with that picture. Like I said, different people, different definitions of vacations, and nothing wrong with that picture. However, guys, let me tell you something. There is nothing more magical than waking up somewhere in the Caribbean islands to those beautiful sunrises, or taking those walks at the beach at the beautiful sunsets, or maybe visiting New York City during holiday season, to those of you who never been here, or maybe some of the old European cities like Athens or Rome, or going out a little bit out to the world and visiting this famous Atlantis resort in Bahamas. Or maybe you're more brave enough and you want to travel across the globe and visit Hawaiian Islands, which is the most secluded island chain in the world. While you're there, you can swim in the crystal waters and the waterfalls, enjoying beauty, admiring the beauty of the Hawaiian rainforest. Or what you can actually do, which is, I think, better option, in my opinion, you can actually combine all those experiences by booking, those world's biggest cruise ships, and sail at night in the Caribbean islands summer, right? And visiting different islands during a day, like St. Kitts or St. Bart's or BVI, or maybe doing the same thing and taking this famous Mediterranean cruise and sailing, along the coast of different European countries, like, Greece, Italy, Croatia. Or maybe you're one of those people who still have smaller kids in the family, and as every kid at some point in their life, they're into princesses and ballerinas, and giving them the opportunity to meet their favorite Disney characters. It's something that they're gonna cherish for the rest of their lives. And what I'm saying is that you can actually book this famous Disney cruise, and give your kids this wonderful opportunity to do that. These are some of the our current members that already been traveling with our vacation club and been visiting different countries. So you can look at all those happy and smiling faces on those pictures, right? So here is my question to you guys: if vacations are so important, as we talked about it, why do you think we procrastinate to take more vacations? What do you think are the reasons? In my opinion, there are two specific reasons why people procrastinate to take more vacations. So in your own words, if you can just chat in the chat box, what do you think people uh, procrastinate vacation? And I see Justina answered time and money. Absolutely. Gain new experiences, knowing people and culture. Absolutely. But time and money, my friends, time and money are those two main reasons why people procrastinate to take more vacations. Now, between these two, between time and money, again, here is a question to you guys. Which one do you think is most common reason why people do not take more vacations? For me, money. Pavel, money. Yes, absolutely, my friends. Money is the main reason why people procrastinate to take more vacations. Now, some of you might say, you know what? If I have more time, I probably go on more vacations. Well, it could be true. It could definitely be true. However, if you think about it, if somebody would actually pay for your vacation, they would actually, give you option to vacation for free. Would you find that extra time to travel more? And the answer absolutely is, of course, I would. No questions about it. And this is exactly where this company comes to the picture. The company In Group. Actually, I'm going to talk about it in a second, but they will not set off the entire vacation cost for you, but through their exclusive offer, and they will actually offset a big chunk of those vacation costs. So a little bit about the company, just to give you a little bit of credentials, how it all started back in 2015. Mr. Frank Codina and Michael Hutchinson came up with this wonderful idea of creating a company that can help people not only travel more, travel in style, but most importantly, travel for less. So when this whole thing happened, 2015, when they opened the door, that was before COVID, obviously. At that time, there were only 5,000 cruises available in the offer. There were no resorts and no hotels. The travel opportunities were kind of limited. 70 countries, still big chunk of places to visit. However, not the entire world was available. There were only few thousand members, and members are those individuals who actually enjoy vacation benefits. And then there were only a few hundred ambassadors. And ambassadors, we call those individuals who actually love to build business with this company, which we're going to talk about in the second part of the webinar. Then COVID happened, wiped out the entire travel industry from the face of the earth. And then after COVID, which ended about what, 2.5, it's going on 3 years right now. When the COVID ended, the company exploded because people wanted to go out. People wanted to experience the feeling of vacations again after being locked up for a couple of years at homes, right? So right now the company offers over 21,000 cruises. Actually, they're closing about 200,000 resorts worldwide. Travel opportunities pretty much open to the entire world at this time. There are closing on 1.6 million members. As a matter of fact, I think it's over 1.6 at this time. And then again, members, only people who love to enjoy the vacation benefits. And then over 300, right now it's over 350,000 ambassadors. Again, these are the individuals who love to build business with this company. Now, the idea behind it is when you become a member, you get access to two different search engines. And these are very similar search engines like Expedia, Travelocity, Booking.com. I am sure you are all familiar with them. So first one is called InCruises, where you can find your favorite cruise destination. And the second one is called InStays, where you can actually find your favorite hotel or a resort. Now, these are some of the major cruise lines that are available to book through the search engine InCruises. As you can see, anything from MSC, Costa, Norwegian, Princess, Holland America. But there's one very important cruise line, which is Circling Red. And especially for those of you who have still smaller kids at home, it's actually Disney Cruise Line. And the reason why it's Circling Red, because a few years ago, actually a while ago, I had an opportunity to sell vacation packages for a living. And every single time I actually met with someone for a presentation, the most common question was, is Disney part of it? And unfortunately, the answer was always no, it's not. And the reason was because Disney is sort of like their own entity when it comes to travel and leisure. They do not offer any type of discounts when it comes to Disney cruise lines or theme parks or hotels. So when I actually had seen that Disney became part of it, I was really surprised. So whatever the company is doing, they must be doing something extraordinary. Now, so how people actually manage to pay for their vacation? Well, there are two ways only, pretty much. I mean, either savings or money from savings, or people save money over extended period of time, or people use a credit card. They go on vacation, they come back, and they pay off the credit card with interest at that time, which at the end of the day, it ends up costing you a little bit more. So the idea of this vacation club, like I mentioned, is to help people travel more and save more and travel for less. So the company basically set up a program, set up an idea for everyone to actually give them an access to save their money for vacation, but with a little twist, if I may say that. Okay, so basically is the company is saying if you save $100 every single month, right, which you could do normally in your bank, for instance, right? But if you save that $100 with us, we will actually match the same $100 every single month. At the end of the month, you will receive total of $200, what is called reward points. That's what the RP stands for, reward points. So think of this like a piggy bank, right? We all had a piggy bank at some point in our life, right? When we were kids. So you had $100, you put $100 into piggy bank, you ended up having $200 reward points. Next month, you put additional $100, you're gonna have $400 reward points. Another month, you put additional $100, you get $600 reward points after 3 months, and so on and so forth. For how long, as long as you want to save it. So if that idea would be repeated for a total of 12 months, at the end of 12 months, you would ended up having total of $2,400 worth of reward points that you can use towards your future vacation. So I'm going to show you a couple of different examples of how this looks like in real life per se. It's not really real life because these are screenshots from Expedia, for instance. But just to give you an idea, there are obviously a lot of many different options there. But Expedia, like let's say, offers 7-night Caribbean cruise ship vacation, leaving on January 4th of next year, which is a couple months, Fort Lauderdale, Florida, right? So the cost here, it shows $1,111 per traveler. Now, very important to notice, this cost is per traveler, right? Now, when you go to the InCruises search engine, you will notice that the same exact cruise line, same exact traveling, sailing dates, same exact cruise ship, the inside cabin is 1748, right? So from the bat, someone would say, oh, it doesn't make sense, right? It's more expensive. Well, there is a little twist to it because every time you go on the InCruises website and InCruises search engine and you look for a cruise, it doesn't matter if you look at the price of the inside ocean view balcony or suite cabin, those prices are for two people, right? So in this case, you ended up paying 1748 for two people versus $111 per person through Expedia. But that's not where it ends, because when you actually apply those reward points that we talked about in the previous slide, your cost actually gonna be $874 because you can offset up to 50% of the actual price with the reward points that you collect over extended period of time, right? So again, in this example, your cost would be $874. Now, here is another example from booking.com, 7-night Western Mediterranean. The cost per traveler is $2,032. Again, if you go to the InCruises search engine, the inside cabin for the same exact cruise is $2,852. However, for two people, keep in mind, this is for two people, right? Your husband, your wife, your significant other, your girlfriend, your boyfriend, whatever that is, right? But then after offsetting that price with the reward points, your cost will be only $1,426. To pay the remaining balance, and you can go enjoy your vacation. Now, here's one last example from Travelocity. This is actually resort stay. It's a Moon Palace Cancun all-inclusive resort stay. The cost for the entire week is $36.57. If you go to InStay search engine, the exact same resort, after applying those reward points, would be $27.42. So in this case, you're saving about $1,000, which you can use towards some excursions maybe while you're there, right? So again, there's a lot more examples. I'm not gonna go through a lot more. This is just to give you an idea of what it is. I mean, you're welcome to go and research on your own and do some your own due diligence. So now, how much it costs to join this vacation club? I mean, my friends, everybody has their own price, right? I mean, it depends on the value that you see. If you see value, you're gonna jump on it right away. If you don't see value, you're not gonna jump in right away. But I tell you, there is only one-time cost to become member of this exclusive vacation club, and that is $200. This is lifetime membership. You don't have to, pay additional membership fees. All you have to do just basically save that $100 every single month for your future vacation destination. Now, for that $200, you will actually receive $300 reward points instantly to your travel account that you can use towards those savings, right? Now, before we jump into the second part of the webinar, because this is it as far as the product is concerned, right? There are different perks. The company actually just came up with the membership 3.0. We're not going to discuss it here. I mean, the person who invited you here today, they can actually break it down for you. But before we actually jump to the second part of the webinar, where we will discuss how to build business with this company, I have three questions for you, my friends. Are you a person A? Are you a person B? Or are you a person C? And what does this mean? Person A basically means A stands for absolutely. I love what I'm hearing. I'm really enjoying it. I want to be part of it. I want to jump on board and save those money and traveling style. Or maybe B, and B stands for I may be or I may not be, right? Depends, if you can answer other questions. Most people actually have additional questions, which is very normal because you cannot learn everything, in literally 20 minutes about this vacation offer. So, get back to the person who invited you here today, and they will answer all the questions. Or maybe you're person C, and C means see ya later. I'm not interested. This is not for me. I don't see myself traveling. And if that's who you are, that's perfectly fine. We totally understand that, this might not be for you because, as you know, there's nothing, not everything is for everyone, right? So this is it as far as the product part of the presentation. So now, my friends, let's jump into the second part of the presentation where we will discuss how to build business. Excuse me. So we will be talking today about a business concept that is called network marketing. But what is network marketing? A lot of different people define network marketing in their very own unique way. Myself, when I started back in this industry in 2008, after a while, people start asking me, what is this business all about? So I wanted to kind of create my own definition of what network marketing is. So to me personally, network marketing is a business which an average person can start with significantly low amount of money and through their persistence, belief, and determination can achieve time and financial freedom while helping others achieve the same. So now I want to give you kind of a little bit of my story, my history, why I am here, why am I doing what am I doing, just to give myself a little bit of credentials to those of you who do not know me very well. I started my journey with network marketing started in 2008, and I'm a person that I call myself an opportunist. Let's put it this way. So back in 2008, when a friend of mine invited me to a network marketing opportunity business meeting, uh, that was the first time I've ever experienced something like this. And I actually, believe it or not, I jumped on it right away after the meeting ended without even knowing anything about this business. Why? Because I had seen something that can help me to achieve time and financial freedom. So between 2008 and 2016, I built my first business. It was an health nutrition company. And after about a year or so, I love I fell in love with this industry so much that I didn't really want to do anything else in my life, right? So I built my business for 8 years. And unfortunately, after 8 years, I walked away. I walked away from the company. Like I said, it was health and wellness company at that time. But I never walked away from the network marketing industry. So for the next 7 years plus, I was actually on the market. I was open. I was looking. I was invited to different opportunities, different business meetings, different seminars, different webinars. And I've seen tons of different opportunities over the over the 7 year period, but nothing was exciting to me enough that would make me jump back on it. Up until about a year ago, year plus right now ago, a friend of mine introduced me to this company, InGroup. And after doing my own research and my own due diligence, I decided to become part of this company. So why I chose InCruises, okay? There are three reasons for me personally why I chose InCruises. Everybody has their own different reasons, right? For me, three different reasons. Number one, great product, my friends. There's no question about the validity of the product. It's a great product across the line. I mean, wouldn't you agree? I mean, if you look at social media, what do people do first thing when they go out, right? They share tons of pictures, whether they go just for like short staycation or long vacation, they share tons of pictures from their vacation. So it's a great product to talk about, great product to offer, great product to discuss. But most importantly, I believe it's a product that can not only help but enhance a lot of people vacation lifestyle. Number two was exponential growth in travel. Why do I say that? Because travel is currently estimated to be $7.7 trillion industry worldwide. And this is data of last year, obviously, because we are still in 24. And it is predicted to rise over 6% annually over the next 10 years. And focus on that with 11% increase in cruises alone, my friend. I don't know if you can do the math. I can't do as much math. I mean, that's a lot of zeros there, right? But there is a huge opportunity in travel industry. So that was number two. And number three, it's my personal, my own personal reason why I joined this company was actually integrity and leadership of my good friend Pavel Bregua. Why do I mention Pavel here? I mention him for a reason, because not only I have known Pavel for like, I think 12 years now or so, but there's a lot of different leaders that I had an opportunity to meet with over the years in this industry, a lot of good people, as a matter of fact. But Pavel is probably one of the very unique leaders that he not only, he's been with the company for right now about closing to 5 years. Not only he was able to create a very handsome income for himself, but most importantly, he created a very simple yet very effective training. I would call it like a blueprint, to success to anyone who wants to create some kind of a additional or maybe replaceable income for themselves. So if you just plug it in, and follow this blueprint step by step, you will end up getting where you want to go. So now, how do you make money with this company? Now, there are 5 different ways to make money. Number one is activation. And activation basically means that every time you invite someone and that person joins you there as a member or an ambassador, you get what it's called like I call like a fast start bonus, right? Anywhere between 20, $60 depending on the situation. Then you have weekly matching bonuses, and these are activation bonuses earned by your direct partners in each week. Now, team leadership bonus, this is where the big money is being made, right? Up to $250,000 per month. Believe it or not, there are some people right now in the organization that do make that kind of a money because they did reach the top ranks in the company compensation plan. Then you have recurring income and builder-based bonus. Again, this is just another bonus of $30,000 per month and the top of everything else that the company pays. Now, I'm not going to break it down every single one, way of earning money because this is not the time, not the place. But just want to give you kind of idea of how you can get compensated very handsomely if you actually stick to the program. Now, this is the chart of the company. That company has released this chart. This basically shows you the leadership rank and the income, equivalent income monthly basis, right? So when I actually had seen it, and I've seen those charts before, my friends, but when I've seen it, I was looking like those top, upper leadership ranks, like international director, executive director, $50,000 a month. It all sounds good, right? But for me, the most important thing, what I wanted to learn is how I can help a single guy, an average Joe per se, to make first few $100s a month, especially when it comes to part-time. Now, why do I mention part-time? Because that's where the magic is, my friends, right? The magic in this business is in part-time because 95% of people who start in this business, they start part-time, right? And and what I'm saying is part-time is like if you would make, let's say, $1,000 full-time, right? That's not very attractive income making full-time. Although in some countries could be, right? But majority, $1,000 full-time is not very attractive. But if you make that, five, maybe $1,000 part-time, especially working 2-3 hours a day, that can trigger curiosity with a lot of different people. And not only that, but that can actually that $1,000 part-time, extra money part-time on monthly basis can change a lot of people's lifestyle. Think about yourself, what this money, extra $1,000 per month, can do for you personally. Maybe you'll be able to buy this, brand new car that you've always wanted to. Maybe you'll be able to afford this a house or an apartment or a condo, right? Or maybe you want to save this extra money for your retirement. Maybe you still have kids, that they go still to school and you can put that money towards a higher education. Or maybe you just love to travel the world and, this extra money would actually help you to travel even more. So let's break it down how you can actually start making money. So first of all, the idea is to basically invite 5 of your closest friends of your or your family members to take a look at this opportunity. Once they decide to become either members or ambassadors, like I mentioned, you not only make up to $250, but it's a one-time. Obviously, this is not, 250 is not a residual. It's a one-time fast start bonus, as I mentioned. But your membership also becomes free. And the membership basically means that $100 that you save every single month that I mentioned to you about, that money, you don't have to save this, but company will still pay you that $200 reward points. This is sort of like a, saying thank you from the company to each ambassador for introducing this business to another 5 people, right? So this is the first goal. When you achieve this first goal, you will help each and every single one of those individuals, every single one of those 5 people, to repeat the same process, to do the same thing, to invite their 5 friends and their, 5 family members, maybe family members, to the same idea, right? Now, when you achieve this goal, when you achieve this milestone, right, you will become what it's called marketing director. You will start, you'll have about 30 people in your organization that time, and you start making up to $600 monthly residual income. Now, what does this mean? This means that at this point, you can literally walk away from the business, provided that all those 30 people are still building and still saving that money, but you can walk away from the business and you're gonna still making that money on residual basis every single month. Personally, I don't know anyone who actually achieved that marketing director rank and then they said, that's enough for me. I don't need to make anymore. I'm going to walk away and enjoy my life, right? People, when they achieve that rank, they want to keep going, right? So at this point, all you have to do, just keep repeating the same process, duplicating the same process until you get to your desired income level. Now, my friends, you might be looking at it and say to yourself, you know what, that sounds too good to be true, right? I mean, I could never see myself making 5 or 6 figure monthly income. Well, let me tell you something. Believe it or not, there are some people in the organization, in this business, that I actually do make that kind of a money on monthly basis. But don't be fooled, okay? On the same token, it's not a get rich quick type of deal. It's not something that you can create this type of income overnight. Okay, there is no overnight success in this business. So let me break it down for you as transparently as I can break it down for you so you can understand how it works. Now, if you want to be somewhere in the middle of the compensation plan, maybe $10,000 a month, okay, give yourself minimum of 2 to 3 years. I mean, that's like the very minimum. Keep in mind, you're starting part-time, you're still keeping your full-time job, but you're working towards, replacing that income. So 2 to 3 years would be very minimum that would allow you to create that kind of a money on monthly basis. Now, if you want to be on the upper end of the compensation plan, maybe top 1%, 5, 7, or maybe even 10 years, working constantly, you can actually get that kind of income. You can create that kind of income. But keep in mind, guys, it's work, it's business. This has to be treated as a real business. Even though the startup fee per se, it's kind of crazy. I mean, it's very minimal, but at the same time, it has to be treated like a $500,000 investment, because this is just as any other business. Okay, if you're serious about it, uh, you can get there. It doesn't matter if it's 3 to 5, 7, or 10 years. You know why it doesn't matter, my friends? Because this time's gonna pass by whether you like it or not. 3, 5, 7 years will pass by. In 3, 5, 7 years, we're gonna be 3, 5, 7 years older. That's what the beauty of the time is. It doesn't save anything for anyone, right? We all have the same amount of time on this earth, right? So you can either, basically it's your choice. You can either jump on it, and follow the blueprint that Pavel Bregua created and keep working towards achieving your income, or you can basically say, oh, you know what, that's not for me, and I'm gonna go back to my old roots of doing whatever you're doing right now and hoping that maybe something will change. Well, I wish you all the luck in the world, but as you probably know, if you will not change, nothing will change for you, right? So before I show you how to get started, just to give you an idea of how much, if you ever thought about traditional business, just as a comparison, traditional brick and mortar business, it requires a lot of capital, right? You have to sign long-term leases, whether it's office or a warehouse. You have to buy inventory, equipment. The marketing costs are crazy, crazy expensive. Eventually, you're going to have to hire employees, right, to your traditional business. And as you know, no employee will ever work as hard because simply it's not their business. And then most importantly, you're going to have to be prepared to work long hours, 12, 14, maybe even 16 hours on daily basis for the first 2, 3 years just to recoup the initial investment. Now, the difference is, the good news about it is that in our business, in this business, you don't need any of that. Nothing. You don't need, employees. You don't need inventory equipment because that's being taken care of by the company. You don't need marketing costs. But most importantly, you don't need a lot of capital to get started. All you have to do, just have some willingness, some belief in yourself that you can actually do this, and jump on this train, plug it into the training that I talked about, and you'll be on your way to create additional income. So how much it costs? Again, it's crazy. Now, I would say crazy. It's funny. It's $295 that will get you started. The extra $95 is for licensing fee. This is actually due once every 6 months. about $295 one time and then $95 once every 6 months. For that, once you start, you will receive $300 reward points towards your travel account. That's instant deposit. Then you will receive your own virtual office, customized website, marketing support from the company, but most importantly, marketing support from other business partners like myself, for instance, and you're good to go. Now, just as I mentioned, the first part of the webinar, are you A, B, or C, right? Are you person A? Absolutely. B, I may be, or C, see you later. I'm not interested. Well, whichever you are, it's fine. But one thing I want to point out to you that when I end this in literally maybe 30 seconds, you will get a phone call from the person who invited you here today, and they will ask you that very question, right? So do not dwell on it, just answer the phone, tell them where you are, make that decision, because my friends, indecision, it means that the door is still closed and might never open for you. That indecision is the biggest thief of an opportunity. So make that decision, whatever that is. Answer the phone call when they call. And if you're A and B, I want to welcome you. If you're C, thank you very much for watching. And the rest of you, enjoy the rest of the day. And I'll see you next Sunday. Thank you.